the CEO of Ripple says to the chairman of the SEC, we are living in purgatory because of the uncertainty on XRP and whether it's considered as security or not a security by the SEC. And the chairman of the SEC does not say to Mr. Garlinghouse at that meeting, I'll give you clarity, it's a security. Didn't say that.
But what more should the SEC be doing in terms of guidelines and clarity?
Well, one area where the chair and I think, don't see eye to eye is the lack of clarity around when something is or is not a security and what actually is the security at issue when we're talking about these token offerings. So I do think that we could provide some more clarity in that space.
Bad news is that we do have a history of cases and law that grew up around this so-called Howie test. And it's not clear with other kinds of assets either.
All right, there's no mention in that. Instead, Mr. Clayton says to Mr. Garlinghouse, I would encourage you to continue these conversations with the staff of the SEC. In 2018, there was no clarity for Ripple as it relates to XRP. That's the argument. Now, what we'll learn is that in 2020, Mr. Hinman testified that he told Ripple's lawyers that he viewed it as a security, but that's several months before they were sued. So you see how big the fair notice defense is?
When they find out that the commissioners of the SEC or employees of the SEC have been trading XRP during this time, everything will go out the window. Because then you know what it does? Then it puts them at risk. And they're not going to be willing to do that. That's why this case, hear me now, this case is already over. The settlement process has already begun. This is over. This will not go on much longer. You are now starting to understand. You are now figuring out why Ripple is beating the SEC like a dog, like a bad, misbehaved dog that it is.